I'm Gretchen Rubin, and this is The Happiness Project. The resolution for this week is to force yourself to wander, which sounds a little bit paradoxical. Why would you force yourself to wander? How would you force yourself to wander? And really, this resolution has two meanings. First, when you force yourself to wander is creativity, new ideas, fresh thoughts come from going off the path, doing something that you don't usually do. But if you're like me, you find it very hard not to stay in your routine and to get out of that, gerbil cage of your neighborhood and your usual habits. And so I force myself to do things that are going to help me wander. So for example, one thing that I do from time to time, which is really fun, is I go to a big magazine store and I buy 3 magazines that I would never ordinarily buy. Usually I sort of like close my eyes and choose at random and read them. And for some reason, it's always very interesting, and it gives me an insight into some like weird subculture that I'd never thought of before, and it spurs new ideas for myself. And it's fun, and it's a quick, easy way to leave my usual thought patterns behind. So that's one way to wander, to force yourself off the path. The other way to force yourself to wander is to prevent yourself from being occupied with other thoughts, and really to force yourself to just be left with your own thoughts without checking your phone, reading a newspaper, reading a book, talking to somebody, and just be alone with your own silent thoughts. And I have a rule for myself, which helps me force myself to wander, is that when I am in transit, I do not distract myself with anything. So I do not read on the subway, I don't talk on the phone when I'm in a bus, I don't look at my email when I'm in a cab, when I'm walking down the street, I don't listen to music. Whenever I'm in transit, I'm just thinking. Because I found that for myself, when I look back, whenever I have had a big idea in my life, I haven't had that many, but I have had a few, it's always because I've somehow been in transit. I've been walking down the street, I've been in a bus, I've been in a cab. And so I realized I really need to leave that time open to have my thoughts wander unoccupied so that I could allow myself to have new thoughts and make new connections. So the resolution for this week is to force yourself to wander. And the thought for this week comes from Virginia Woolf, who said, "My mind works in idleness. To do nothing is often my most profitable way."